Hello everyone. This video is about this comment which we have got from one of our subscriber named Sam Isaac, and he mentioned in the comment that how to use Sketch, Studio Spline, all sub, constraints, extensions, micro positions. So we are going to cover all the asked terms in the comment. So thank you for expressing your queries in the comment section, and I emphasize all the viewers to comment down below the requirements which you need regarding the topics in annex so that we can cover those topics. Now let's start with your video. So currently, as you can see, I'm in the sketching environment and I'm going to have this spline. So just take this spline, and before you move forward with the command, just reset this for once, because we are not aware that what previous setting has been loaded by the user. So you can see I have just reset this. So here we are going to complete this tutorial with the through point, and I want you to do the same things with the bipole. Now let's start with the through points. Now here I'm just going to plot only 5 points. These are the 5 points. Now, the very first thing is regarding the constraints, that if you want to define any kind of constraint at a particular position, then you can do that. Now, how to do that? Let's see. Just click on constraints, and here you can see the specify tangent or anything else. But before you do any kind of relations here, just be focused on this one, because this is going to the point 1 and then this is going to the point 2, which is going to be highlighted in the magenta. For once this is the point 3, like you can see, this is the point 3. Then we have the point 4 and point 5. In the magenta color, you can see that which point is going to be get highlighted. Now let's see what is going to become on the point 5. So if I just click on 0.5 and then go to the continuity type, and here I can choose only one continuity, which is symmetric modeling. So I'm just going to click on this, and here you can see we get an alert to assign symmetric modeling constraint. Use specify direction or tangent direction handle of specify constraint tool via MB3 menu. So I'm just going to specify the direction. For specifying the direction, I'm just going to click on this icon. Now I'll choose this y-axis. Now after giving the continuity, if I just drag this, so it will disturb the entire spline as per this constraint. If I just go to none, now you can see this is going to be get changed only at this point. But if I have given the symmetric modeling and along with that given the direction, so it will change the entire spline. So it is all up to you that which kind of continuity type you are using with the points. Now, if I just talk about the point 2, which is this one, so at point 2, I cannot give any kind of continuity type, but I can give the G1 magnitude and G2 radius. So here we have the continuity, like this is the G1. G1 means going to be the tangent and G2 means curvature. So this is going to be the curvature, and here we can define the radius for this. Like here, I'm just going to define the radius curvature as 25. So this is all up to you that what parameter you want to set here. So it is all up to the user that what kind of parameters he or she might need while giving these splines or using these splines in the sketch. We also have the G1 tangent. Here we can give the G1 tangent as the magnitude, that what magnitude you want with the tendency. Suppose if I just reduce this, so this is going to be some sharp, and if I just increase it to 2500, then you can see we can have some more tendency. So this is how it is going to work. But let me just make this clear. Just go to constraint. After going to constraint, you have to choose the point at what point you want to give the continuity. So I can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have to see at the graphics window at the same time, because whenever I'm just going to hover the mouse, it is highlighting that particular point. Like at 5, it is highlighting this point. At 3, it is highlighting this point. So at the particular point, you have to be very clear with the continuity type, that what kind of continuity you want to give at that particular point. So this is how it is going to work with the constraints. Later, we have degree. That what is degree? So degree is related to something related to the curves, like you have the term as rho. So let me just show you with some other spline. So I'm just going to have a spline here. Basically, it is going to define the smoothness of the spline. So if I just have the degree as 1, you can see this is going to be sharp like this. So this is going to continue. So this is going to connect the curves with the sharp points, like from this point to this point, a sharp line, this point to this, a straight line, and then a straight line. So here, basically, these are going to be straight lines. So if I just increase this like this, so this is going to be get smoother and smoother on increasing the degree. There is certain limit, like if I just click on this and put the value as 250, so you can see the degree must be between 1 and 24. So this is how the degree works. Basically, it is going to be used to make your spline smoother while having the continuous curves at the sharp points. Next, we have matched node positions. So this is basically related to the continuity of the curve. Like you can see here, if I clicked on matched node position, so it will offer you more continuity at the points like this here. So this is going to be like this curvature. And if I just click on this, so it will more move with the continuity. Okay, so next we have the closed. Closed means whatever the points you are going to choose, like I have given the 5 points, so it will automatically close the spline. If I just untick this, it will be like this. But if I just click on closed, so it will automatically close this. Next, we have the movement, like we have the WCS, which is this one. And in this, I'm just going to have the X coordinate. So I would be able to move any point only in the X direction. I wouldn't be able to move this in the Y direction. If you want to move in the Y direction, then you have to choose the Y direction and then you can move this. This is the simplest method, which is the WCS and the vector. Like you can choose the vectors directly from the graphics window also. Like if I want to move this point in the upward direction, so I'm just going to have the upward direction vector and I can move this. But I would not be able to move this in the leftward or rightward direction. So be very careful while selecting the vector, that in what vector you want to move that particular point. So next we have, like we have covered the WCS and the vector. So I think this is enough for the movement, like how to have the movement of this spline regarding this point. Next, Sam has mentioned about the extension. So here comes the extension. Extension means to stretch something, like to enhance the length or to increase the width of some particular things. That means the extension. Like we have the example of rubber band. So we are going to use that particular thing for this demonstration. So I'm just going to click on the extension, just click on symmetric. If you want to have the symmetric means at the both end, it is going to apply at the same time if you changing any value in any of the direction. Suppose if I just click on by value, so I can increase this up to 900 or whatever value you want to assign. So at the same time, you can see on the right hand side, it is also gets increased. So this is meant by symmetric. Now, if I just untick this and just go to by value, I want some value here as 150 and this value as 100. So we can also do this. So this is all up to you, whether you want to use the extension or directly apply the point at that particular location. Next, we have micro positions. Now, what do you mean by micro position? Just divide this term into two terms. Like we have the micro and then the position. It is going to change the position of a particular point, but at the micro level. Suppose if I just increase this, like this is going to be get moved in the X direction only. Like you can see in this direction, it is going to get moved. But if I click on this and going to reduce the rate by 5%, so it will move it slower. Like you can see, just let me zoom in. So it will move slower. So this is how it is going to work. Like if I just untick this, so it is going to get moved in this way. But if I just click on the micro position, then it will move slower. Basically, it is going to be get used where you are going to work with the precisions of the control points, where you want to change the position of the control points, but at the micro level. For the ease of understanding, let me just help you with this. It will act like a decelerator for the movement of the points. So suppose if you are moving the car at the speed of 20 kmph, so if you are going to activate this option, it will reduce the speed to 5 kmph, and you can still change the position, but at the decelerated rate. So this is how it is going to work with the micro position. Next, we have also seen that how to fully define the spline. For fully defining the spline, you have to work on the control points. You have to define the location for each and every control point. So I have already saved one of the sketch here, and this is the fully defined spline. So I have defined all the horizontal and vertical distances for those particular control points. So I hope this video is going to help you, Sam, and you are going to create your own splines with all the parameters required, and at the same time you are going to fully define that particular spline. So that is all from my side. If you have learned something new from this video, please do hit a like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.